Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you might be listening to this. My name is Sutton Def, and you are listening to Sutton Reactions, a show where we react to anything funny, relevant, interesting, pretty much anything here on this channel. By the way, really quick before we dive into this episode, just want to make note here. We are not live on PRP right now. We are only live on Sutton Reactions YouTube channel. So if you are tuning in from the SR YouTube channel, shout out to you. That means you have followed instructions on how to come over here and watch the show from this channel, because I don't want to keep doing it on PRP and simulcasting like that. I just don't. I don't know. It makes it too messy. It makes it too messy for your boy. But shout out to you if you are watching live right now. If you're in the live chat, let me know. If you're part of the hashtag replay gang on this here episode of the show, please, 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 please be sure. Be sure to go ahead and leave your comments down below and like the video. But comments, questions, concerns, on whatever you got for me, leave it down below in the comments section. I see my guy King Blaze in the house. What's going on, King Blaze? I see ISO's in the chat as well. What up, what up, what up? Appreciate y'all. This is episode 52 of Sudden Reactions, the Ray Lewis episode of the show. Shout out to y'all for coming through. Beautiful Wednesday, April the 15th. And we got some things to get into. We got some liminal games. We got some controversial topics. We got some messy topics. Let's get into it. Sudden Reactions, episode 52, like the video. All right. And we are back here with another episode of Sudden Reactions, episode 52 of the show. Shout out to you guys. I see somebody in the chat saying, are you watching the Liars Luncheon? I am not watching it. I am not watching it yet. Because I planned on doing a Quiet Storm Sports later. Excuse me, a little bit of a headache today. I planned on doing Quiet Storm Sports later and covering the Liars Luncheon on that show, kind of in depth. And I wanted to do a member call-in show for all of our members. You know, if you want to call in, chop it up with me about your draft strategies, what you thought about whatever Eric DaCosta and Jesse Minter are getting ready to say. I wanted to go ahead and do that on tonight's episode of Quiet Storm Sports on the Purple Rain Podcast YouTube channel. So not yet. But we're going to go ahead and get into some things here. Let me see. Start off with a little icebreaker, yeah? What's going on, Kenny? What up? Let me see. All right, here we go. So apparently this guy bought a lottery ticket. Maybe it was Eric DaCosta. You know how much he loves his lottery tickets, you know, and I'm sure he's gonna say a lot about that in the Liars Luncheon. So again, make sure you tune in to PRP later for that. But some guy tried to buy a lottery ticket and got scammed after he won the lottery ticket. Let's take a listen.
Get the ticket back out the drawer. I'm finna show you that this was not my $5
All right,
winning.
give me 1 second, all right?
I'm recording this, man. The hell is this dude?
Can you call team leader?
Call a team leader and get that same exact ticket. That's not $5. You cannot win $5 on a $30 ticket.
Are you listening to what I'm saying?
Man, get my ticket out that drawer, bro.
You gotta give me a second to open it up.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? I'm not giving you nothing. You give me nothing.
What you mean you just robbed me then? I'm finna call the police.
I'm not robbing you. I'm telling you what the machine is paying.
What up, Mike?
Nah, bro, hell nah. Ain't no $5. $300.
Hey, you don't have to give me nothing. We're gonna figure this out, all right? That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to rob you. I'm not gonna lose my job over.
So wait a minute. So bro bought a $30 lottery ticket. First of all, I didn't even know lottery tickets could cost that much, for one thing, for starters. And when he went to go redeem it, the cashier told him that he only won $5. Nah, bro. Can't let you get that one off.
For this?
I'm record, but
Yeah, you can record all you want, man. That's on you. I'm not doing nothing wrong.
You can go I can go anywhere else and get my $300 for that. That's the $300 winner. It's not no fucking $5, bro.
Who are you cussing at?
Can I get my ticket back? If y'all not gonna pay me the right amount, I want my ticket back, or I'm calling the police.
I don't know. That's why I called you. I mean, like I said, it's already scanned. If it's already paid off,
man, I'm not accepting that. That's $300.
So wait, he scanned the ticket for $5 winnings, which means you can't scan the ticket again to get the actual winnings. Nah, that's crazy. Nah, y'all gonna have to run me that, or else it's just gonna be a lawsuit.
I'm not accepting no $5. I'm not accepting that. That's not no price.
Especially if I won 300. I mean, like, come on now.
$5 on a $30 scratch off, bro.
Now, I don't know enough about scratch offs to know if you can win no less than your buy-in on a scratch off. I don't know.
Come on, man. I do that. I play scratch off every single day, bro.
Thought a gamble's a gamble.
You can even go scan it right there, pop, and it's gonna say how much it is, bro. What are you talking about?
So how come it popped up like that?
Thank you. Give my fucking money, man.
Hey, you don't gotta yell and scream like that. I already told you I was gonna take care of you, man. You don't have to be giving no attitude. You can record all you want.
I'm recording, man. I ain't did nothing to nobody. I ain't put my hands on nobody or nothing.
Right. No.
I'm right here. I'm with my hands behind my back,
Same
bro.
energy you came up with it. All right.
I'm recording for my safety.
So he ends up.
I don't know what the hell it was, bro. See that? It's the same thing.
Nah, bro is trying to finesse.
Thank you. That's all I asked for. My money.
Bro is trying to finesse because it's like there's no way that you read the ticket and you thought it said $5. You don't just like. I've never worked in a freaking gas station before. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, I've never worked in a store where you have to, you know, honor lottery tickets. So I don't really know how it works all the way, but I would assume if somebody hands you in a winning ticket, you would at least, as a human being, look over the winning ticket before just like mindlessly scanning it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so nah, dude was on some bullshit. He was definitely on some bullshit. That is for sure. 100%. 100%. All right. So enough of that. Let's go ahead and let's get into our Liminal Olympics challenge today. Yeah? Shall we? Shall we? Let me see here. Glaucoma in the chat. What's going on? It says Ravens press conference on. I'll be in and out. Oh yeah, I figure a lot of people are watching the Ravens press conference right now. But it's all good. We're gonna start this Liminal Olympics challenge off here. Let me see. You guys know the drill. First challenge. Here we go.
Pick a slide, but choose carefully because some pipes lead to places that never end.
All right. Where are we going, chat? Let me know. Left or right? We sliding now, I guess. We sliding now. Let me see. I think I'm gonna go right. Give me the purple. Just for our boys, right? Just for the boys. Give me the purple. That's what I'm going with. All right, let's see. Mike's going purple. Blaze is going purple. Kenny's going purple as well. All right. So we all on the same page. Let's see our fate.
Slide 1. The infinite laundromat.
The infinite laundromat.
A narrow, white PVC pipe, landing in a humid basement filled with thousands of spinning washing machines. The air is thick with the smell of artificial lavender and damp concrete. You are safe as long as the machines are humming, but if every machine suddenly stops at the exact same second, and you hear the sound of wet footsteps dragging across the tile behind you, you must immediately climb inside an open dryer and pull the door shut. The folded only hunts what it can see standing in the light.
The folded is crazy. So you can get away, but there's nothing to eat. There's no, I mean, nah, there's an entity, so that's an L. That's got to be an L, right? Purple's got to be
Slide
better than
2.
that.
The
Come on, purple.
1995 video store.
The 1995 video
Drop
store. This
down
sounds like a
into a
vibe.
mountain of soft, oversized purple
Oh yeah, this a
floor
vibe.
cushions.
This a
You
vibe.
have emerged into a glowing, infinite video rental shop at
This a
9
vibe.
p.m. The shelves are packed with
Oh
flickering
yeah.
neon signs and thousands of VHS tapes.
Talk about
Outside
nostalgia,
the glass
man.
front doors, a soft pink sunset is frozen in time. You are completely safe here. There are no monsters and no rules.
Let's go.
You can grab a bag of movie theater popcorn, put on
I'll
your
take
favorite
it.
film, and just listen to the hum of the air conditioner for the next 72 hours in pure peace.
I'll take it. That's a W. That's a W. Hey, look, you trust the purple. Trust the purple. Purple rising, purple rain, whatever we want to call it. Whatever we want to call it. 1-0. We up, baby. All of us. All of us. Clap it up for us. Didn't fall for that first one. Didn't fall for it. Not at all. Your boy 1-0. Your boy been on a heater recently, y'all. I don't know if all of y'all know. I'm sure most of y'all do, but I've gotten like 3 wins. No solo wins. They're always co-wins, but that's okay. You feel me? I've gotten like 3 wins in the last week. I'm on a heater. Absolutely cooking. Let's move on.
Pick a door, but pick carefully. The other side of the door will decide your fate for the next
72 hours. Where are we going? Are we trusting the tall guy and going right door? You know what? I'm going to trust the tall guy. I'm going right door. I'm going right door. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with it. It's too much going on the left door. You feel me? Right door, my guy's pointing to it. Normally when the tall guy's got the googly eyes like that, normally he's on your side. Not every time, but normally. So I'm going to go white door. Give me the right door. Let's see where y'all going. Where y'all going? Where y'all going? Okay, so a couple of y'all saying left on this one. Kenny says left. Blaze says left. Mike says left as well. Glaucoma says right. ISO says right. I'm going right. I'm going right. All right. Cool. Let's see.
2 hours.
Left door.
Door 1, the Lonely Towers.
The Lonely
Land in
Towers.
Tilted Towers, but a different version. The sky
Not the Tilted
is
Towers.
wrapped in a
Classic, right?
permanent roaring thunderstorm. You have to be careful
Damn, you talk about purple rain, man.
not to get hit by a lightning strike. There are chests scattered around, but you aren't alone. The default skin is on a relentless hunt. He is searching for the very last player on the map, and that player is you. Hide or survive.
Oh yeah.
It never stops.
Yeah, nah. And you know how them Fortnite folks be doing, bro. They are relentless. Fortnite players are relentless. So yeah, that's already looking like a L. Already looking like a L.
Door 2.
Come on, door 2. Talk to me
2009
nice.
Wii living room.
Ooh.
You step into a cozy
More
living
nostalgia.
room in 2009.
Yes, sir.
Outside the windows, you see the beautiful
Let's
sun
go.
over the Wii Sports Resort Island. In front of you is a comfortable couch where you can sit and play as much Wii as you want. You can finally rest and enjoy a fresh pizza.
Pizza.
There are no
In
monsters,
Wii
no
games?
humming lights,
Oh yeah.
just
Yes, sir.
pure
Yes,
nostalgia
sir.
and peace.
Damn, that look good too. That pizza look good. Nah, man, I used to love the Nintendo Wii, man. Probably the most underrated console of all time. When people talk about, like, in retrospect, like what the best video game consoles were, people always, they'll bring up, PlayStation 2 or Xbox 360 or, Nintendo 64, things like that. But no, bro. If we're really talking about, like, it's the Nintendo Wii. The Nintendo Wii is undefeated because it mixed, gaming with fitness. And it got literally the whole family involved. It wasn't just a game for, little 13-year-old Johnny. No, 13-year-old Johnny could play it. His 46-year-old Jennifer could play it as his mother. His father could play it. His little sister could play it. You know what I mean? Everybody. It was for everyone. The Wii is goated. Wii is goated. Dreamcast was another good one too. I grew up on the Dreamcast too. That was a good system. Not gonna lie. But your boy's 2-0. Your boy is 2-0. Clap it up for me. Hey, listen, man. I might run away with this one too. Let's see. Next challenge. Here we go.
Pick a slide. Choose carefully, because once you step off this ledge and into the clouds, there is no
All right. Left or right? Left or right? Left or right? Where are we going? The Wii, if it came out today, would be amazing because imagine VR with the Wii sticks. Yeah. So didn't they try something like that? Like, it wasn't Wii. It wasn't Nintendo who did it. Didn't PlayStation do that with like the PlayStation Move? I don't know if they had the VR headset to go with it. They might have just had the nunchucks. I remember having the nunchucks. I don't think they had a VR headset until like maybe a couple years later. But the Wii, if it came out today, would be amazing because imagine VR with the Wii. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it was a pioneer for sure. I mean, that would be assuming that nobody else to this point, Kenny, would have come out with a video game console that promotes body movement and stuff like that. You know, I would be assuming if it came out today that it would still be amazing because I'm sure one of these other companies would have came up with it by now. Xbox or because Xbox had what? Xbox Connect, I want to say. PlayStation had PlayStation Move. This all came after the Wii. I don't know if those companies, Sony and Microsoft, would have developed movement technology, you know, up till now. I don't know though. We'll see. I'm gonna go left on this one though. Give me the left. Give me the left hole. I'm gonna go pink. I'm gonna go pink. A lot of y'all going left. Everybody's going left. Mike's going right. Mike's going right. I don't trust the demon here. That's why I'm going left. Let's see though.
Back up once you lose sight of the island. Slide 1. The Neon Arcade.
Sounding good already.
You drop down into a mountain of soft, oversized, plush prize toys that smell like cotton candy. You have emerged into a glowing, infinite arcade at midnight, where every machine is set to free play. The air is cool and smells of ozone and cherry icy. Outside the massive glass doors, a digital purple sunset is frozen over a 1990s strip mall that never ends.
Oh, this is a vibe.
Green Giant.
Let's go. 3-0.
The concrete crawl space. You
The
plummet down a
concrete
narrow,
crawl
rusted
space.
metal vent that scrapes against your skin, landing in a damp, infinite maze of low-hanging pipes and gray cinder blocks. The ceiling is so low you can feel the weight
it's
of the
over
building
with.
pressing down on your spine. The air is heavy and smells of wet cardboard and copper. You are safe as long as you keep your stomach pressed to the cold ground and remain silent. But if you hear the sound of heavy
Oh,
metal
no.
chains dragging across the concrete behind you, you must immediately flatten yourself.
Oh,
Turn off your light and
no.
stop your heart from racing. The plumber only hunts what it can hear thumping against the floor.
Over with. Yeah. I don't listen, man. Y'all might want to start tailing my picks, man. I don't know what it is. I've been watching a lot of film, over the last couple of weeks and whatnot. I don't know if it's my luck. Maybe I need to put in a parlay or something. I've been getting mad lucky, y'all. I've been getting mad lucky. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll take it though. He said I had to go against the grain. I feel it. Your boy 3-0 though. Glaucoma is also 3-0. Shout out to you, brother. Let me see. I would say without the Wii, I don't believe the Xbox or PlayStation would develop the technology without the Wii. Very possible. Very possible. I guess we'll never know. It's an interesting conversation though, because it didn't seem like they were even thinking about that sort of technology until after the Wii happened. So you might be right. All right, here we go. Next challenge.
Pick a slide, but choose carefully. There is no swimming back once the island sinks below the...
All right, where are we going? Blue slide or dark slide? Y'all, I gotta go with the blue slide. I gotta go with the slide on the left. It's like blue, green, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna go with the left. Demon did us wrong last time. I'm rocking with the left. I have to. This is really gonna come down to the bonus round. I can feel it. Yep, this is gonna come right down to the bonus round. I'm gonna go left though. Gots to. I don't know what the tall guy in the back. He's holding up a sign. I can't really read what it says. It's too small. Oh, it says don't trust it. Yeah, I'm not gonna trust the demon here. I'm gonna go with the blue slide. Let me get the left. Everybody going left? All right. Watch us be wrong. That'd be crazy.
Slide 1. The 2004 luxury cruise.
Let's go.
You drop
Hey, look,
down
we
into a
getting
mountain
all
of
the
soft,
nostalgic
sun-bleached
hits.
towel.
We getting cruises. We getting arcades. We getting Blockbuster video store. Listen, man.
You have
I'm
emerged
loving
into a
this.
glowing, infinite cruise ship deck at sunset. The air is warm and smells of coconut tan oil and sea salt.
Okay, got a
Outside
nice
the
little
railings,
drinky
a
drink.
perfect orange sun is frozen over a turquoise sea. You are completely safe here. There are
Yes,
no monsters
sir.
and no rules.
It's too easy. It's too easy. 4-0.
Slide 2. The infinite cargo hold. You plummet down a rusted, narrow ventilation shaft. You land in a cold, infinite maze of metal shipping containers. The atmosphere smells of rotted wood and industrial grease. You are safe as long as you stay in the gaps and keep your light off. But if the walls start to vibrate and black oil sprays from the vents, you must immediately find a wooden crate and stay perfectly still.
Hell no.
The stowaway only hunts what it can hear splashing in the dark.
Hell
Pick
no.
a slide. But
Hell no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, 4-0. Your boy 4-0. Clap it up for me. I think Glaucoma's also 4-0. Again, man, this is gonna come right down to the bonus round. That's all this is. That's all this is. It's gonna come right down to the bonus round. We got one more challenge until we get to the bonus round. But let's see. My guy Kenny says, I don't know how true it is, but with the popularity of the Wii, the Xbox wanted to capture the casual gamer with the Kinect. Yeah, I mean, that it's a like how they say in the NFL, it's a copycat league. Every industry is copycat. You know what I'm saying? Every industry, and the gaming industry is no different. You know, I don't even think they were thinking about that until they weren't even thinking about movement games and stuff like that until the Wii came out with the Nintendo. Well, Nintendo came out with the Wii. Crazy because I'm watching the pressure too, just picking randomly. Hey man, listen, you got some good luck today. Then again, we'll be covering the presser later on today on Quiet Storm Sports on PRP. So make sure you stick around for that later on. It's going to be a good one. Member call-in show as well. So if you are a member of PRP, you will be able to call in, chop it up with me about what you thought about today's Liars Luncheon. And of course, I'm not even watching it right now because I'm on here with you guys. So I have no idea what they're talking about right now. All right, let's go. Let's go ahead to the next challenge here. Let me see. What do we got? Here we go. Boom.
pick an elevator, but pick carefully. No turning back.
Elevator time. Is that speed? All right. Where are we going? Left elevator or right elevator? Which one? Blue or red? Let us know. Let us know down below in the chat. Let me see. You're not missing much. A lot of word salad. Yeah, I figured as much. It's the Liars Luncheon for a reason. It's like, why would they, reveal their hand? Which is why I said later on the show today, we're literally just going to go through everything that they said and just basically come to the conclusion that they're going to do the exact opposite, unless they talk about the whole BPA thing. I totally wholeheartedly believe that EDC is going to go BPA if the opportunity presents itself, which it will in round 1 of 14. Let me see. I don't know about this one, guys. Let me see. Ismodius, what up? I think I'm going to go. I'm 4-0 right now. I don't know, bro. I feel like that teddy bear is going to really do me dirty. I'm going to go red. I'm going to go with speed on the right side over here. I'm going to go red. Give me the right side. Let's go.
Elevator 1. The Talking Ben. You choose Ben, the famous dog who only has a few words to say. The ride up is quiet and calm. As the doors slide open, the warm light of a setting sun hits your face. You are standing in a beautiful beachside bar on the shore of a tropical island. The fun starts right away as you grab a ball and head to the sand to kick it around with Ben.
Oh, damn, this don't look
After you've
good.
had your fill of games,
Tell me Ben is like a
head
demon,
inland to
please.
explore the secrets of the island together. There are no monsters here, just peace and adventure.
Damn. I trusted you,
Elevator
Speed.
2. The infamous Darren Watkins. As you approach the second elevator, a foul, rotting stench hits you. Before you can turn back,
Damn, y'all gonna do
the
my man
lights
Speed like
flicker
that?
and die, and your vision fades into a blur. You wake up alone in the center of a massive, pitch-black football stadium. The silence is suffocating. While searching for an exit, you find a lone recording tape on the damp grass. The moment you press play, your fate is sealed.
My mom is kind of homeless. Say Waladi, bro. Say Waladi.
As the chilling audio begins to leak out, the stadium lights go dark once more. When your eyes finally adjust, you are staring directly at the true threat.
What the hell?
There's no escape and no winning. You must run forever, or your story ends.
Bruh, come on, dog. Speed, I trusted you, bro. I trusted you, bro. All right, all good, all good. 4-1 on the day. 4-1 on the day. Before we get to the bonus round here, let me see. What's y'all records? What's y'all records? King Blaze 3-2. Mike 3-2. Okay, this is a tight race here. Glaucoma 5-0. Glaucoma still undefeated on the day. That's what's up, brother. Asmodeus says, I reminded the stream without seeing results. Oh, rewinded the stream without seeing results. 3-1. Okay, I got you. I got you. I'll trust you. Just this one time, Asmodeus. You know, just because you're my boy. I'll trust you this one time. But your boy is 4-1. Kenny is 3-2. Got you, got you, got you. Salute Stretch. What's going on, brother? What's going on? Let me see. All right, we got the bonus round, y'all. We got the bonus round now. Your boy can still win. But I do need a lot of help, though. I need some help. So let's get it.
Hide and pray.
Where are we going? We got 8 numbers this time. You know what? I think I'm going to go with... Give me 8. Give me 8. Give me 8. I'm calling my shot now. Give me 8. Give me 8. I'm going 8. Drop your number in the chat. Drop your number in the chat. Drop your number in the chat. 4-1, trying to go 6-1. If you guys don't know already, if you win the bonus round, it counts for 2 wins on your record. If you lose, it only counts for 1. I'm going with number 8 to survive. That's my pick. That's my pick. This one's for all the marbles, y'all. For all the marbles. 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay. I like it. Let me see where my guy... Glaucoma's going 5. He's 5-0. I need Glaucoma to get this wrong. I need him to get this wrong. If Glaucoma gets it wrong and I get it right, then that means I win. But everybody else has to get it wrong too. All right. Here we go. Here we go, y'all. This is for all the marbles for today's Lemon Olympics champion. I'm going number 8. Let's see. Come on, 8. Come on, 8. Ooh, thank God. Come on, 8. Come on, 8. No, no, no. Bro, off the rip, though? Come on, dog. Bro, that is so dirty. Nah, the fact that he walked away from me and then walked back. 4 over with. Damn, yo, come on. 1, flatulence. Flatulence, get you flatlined every time. Uh-oh. 2. Overwit for 2. 6 is still safe. Oh, 6. Why would you? Oh. 6 playing dirty. Got 5 up out of there. Glaucoma. That was Glaucoma. 6-7. 6-7 are the winners. Who picked 6? Who picked 7? Kenny picked 6. Okay. That means my guy Kenny got to what? 5-2. 5-2 for Kenny, which is also my record as well. Actually, no. I'm 4-2. My bad. I'm 4-2. Glaucoma 5-1. 3-3 is looking like Glaucoma has The most wins and the least amount of losses. It's looking like a W for my guy Glaucoma. Shout out to Glaucoma, the winner, the sole winner, might I add, of today's Lemon Olympics challenge. Shout out to you, brother, man. It's not easy to do. Not easy to do, especially while you watching the press conference and coming back in and just voting randomly at the same time. You flipping coins for real. You flipping coins for real. Shout out to you, man. Can't nobody hate on you. But if they do, what do we tell them?
We do not care.
Let's go. Shout out Glaucoma. Congratulations, bro. You are today's Lemon Olympics winner. Shout out to everybody for participating as usual. Glaucoma been on a little bit of a tear too. Quiet as kept. Quiet as kept. I feel like Glaucoma got like 2 or 3 wins in the last week. Okay. We're gonna have to cool that off a little bit, Glaucoma. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not hating, but you're gonna have to cool off just a little bit. Just a little bit. But shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. All right, again, thank y'all for playing. We will be back tomorrow with another Lemon Olympics challenge. Those are always fun. And that was a pretty good one today. We had some pretty good scenarios, like all the nostalgia, like from the early 2000s and the late 90s and stuff like that. Loved that. Loved that. All right. What do we got next? I want to get into this Dave Chappelle thing, right? So Dave Chappelle recently did an interview on NPR. And he talked about how he's been under a lot of scrutiny. He's gotten a lot of backlash for performing his comedy sets overseas in Saudi Arabia, right? Because of the things that, those stigma around the Middle East and stuff like that. And like, oh, why would you go out there and work with them? That's dirty money. And he talks about kind of like the hypocrisy in all of that. And he brings up like a racial element to it as well, which I thought was very interesting. So I want to go ahead and show that to you guys and get you guys' opinions on that, because I certainly have my own opinions on this matter here. So here's Dave Chappelle.
Intelligence did make it clear that they believe that the Saudis killed Jamal Khashoggi in the embassy in Turkey. And you knew that when you went, right?
Oh, absolutely. Now,
You
I should tell you,
you had no qualms?
I won't say that. They asked me to go years before that, and I said no for that very reason. Since that time, the United States government does business with the Saudis. Netflix does business with the Saudis. Everyone. The Saudis finance tons of movies. All these things. I know. I see them financing boxing matches and all these things. And none of these things were an issue until I went there. Now, why is that? As soon as a black man can make money off the plantation, they try to tell you that the money is dirty. Well, okay, I'll go home and spend the money with actual slave owners on it. Where is this clean money you're talking
But you
about?
said you hesitated for years to go. There are years you didn't go. So what made
Dave
the difference
Chappelle kind
for
of
you?
spitting.
Time and circumstance, time and the wheels of commerce kept turning. If you want to be that pure about money, then stop driving your car, stop eating, don't use your cell phone. Everything is tethered to something that's just terrible. And I can make a million excuses or reasons to deprive that crowd of that show. But man, when I was standing in front of them, I feel like I did the right thing.
So that was Dave Chappelle discussing his problem with, I guess, some of the racial hypocrisy that he's calling out here. Where people are, again, criticizing him for going overseas to the Middle East and stuff like that and performing for big sums of money. When he's saying that, okay, I'm doing that, yeah. And why is it a problem that I'm doing it again? Because you see the U.S. government making deals with the Saudis. You see all these other major leagues and sports organizations making deals with the Middle East. So, like, how is the money that I'm making dirty, but the money that they're making is clean and okay? And he's putting out a double standard here, and he brings it really, really deep. And this is kind of like the genius of Dave Chappelle. He says, which I thought was genius. He was like, as soon as a black man steps off of the plantation and goes and makes money off the plantation, it's a problem. But when anybody else does it, it's not an issue. Now, here's where I think that Dave Chappelle is missing it just a tiny bit. I think he kind of misses a tiny bit here, only because the reason why he's facing backlash as an individual for going over there and making a lot of bread is because he's an individual, right? He's not a corporation. some sort of conglomerate, an organization, or hell, the U.S. government. He's not the suits, right? Really, what it is the suits being mad at the individuals and the suits controlling the narrative and driving the average everyday Joe to be upset with these individuals. It's okay when billionaire corporations are making huge money by making deals with the Saudis, because those $1 billion deals and things like that, that gets funneled through the government, and on top of just taxes, you've got people scratching other people's backs so they can scratch theirs, and like everybody's in cahoots. But when somebody else, like I said, an individual, especially a black man individual, goes out and makes that same sort of type of bread, it's kind of an issue. It's like, hey, now it's dirty money. But let me tell you this, though. Let me tell you this. I like what Dave Chappelle is saying here, because he said at the end, he said that, we live in a world where you literally cannot do anything that's not tethered, like connected to something terrible. You know what I mean? Like for example, I could be wearing a Nike shirt, right? And somebody could come up to me and make the case or make the claim that I'm immoral because I'm wearing a shirt that was manufactured by somebody who's being exploited over in a different country. And I'd have to eat that. That would be true. You know what I'm saying? And I think that also in this case, like Dave Chappelle is kind of waking up America to the fact that the gloves are now off, right? If there's one thing that Donald Trump taught America, it's that political correctness is extremely overrated. Extremely overrated. Donald Trump was basically like the Joker in the first Dark Knight movie, where all he did was introduce a little chaos, a little anarchy, right? Kind of violently disrupted the status quo. And all of a sudden, everybody was like, oh, okay, so if that's what we're doing, then I guess I can do that too. People followed suit. Now, it's not the perfect analogy, but what I'm trying to say here is that once Donald Trump kind of like made it obvious that you can kind of get away with doing anything and not being politically correct, people started to follow suit. And like Dave Chappelle said in this interview clip here, he said that, yeah, I mean, years before, I did have my reservations about going over there and making money in the Middle East because of X, Y, and Z. But time passed and circumstances changed, right? And you can take circumstances as one of two things. You can either think like, oh, maybe he was hurting for some cash, or he saw the way that the world is developing, specifically America, how the culture is shifting in real time to, hey, look, you don't have to be politically correct. And again, if there's one thing that Donald Trump did to this country, he kind of peeled the veil back on just how ugly America can be. Because before, and even now still, there's a lot of people who are very self-righteous about this country and just how pure and how this is God's favorite country on the planet and things like that, and how America could never do any wrong and never does any wrong. But then Donald Trump kind of comes in office and he's like, no, actually, there's a lot of wrongdoing up here. And I'm going to let y'all know about it. I'm going to let y'all know that like this office is a joke. There is no such thing as decorum or political correctness, nothing like that. Anything goes, basically. So at that point, why wouldn't Dave Chappelle say, okay, well, if anything goes and I don't have to be politically correct in this country, let me go over here and make these millions in the Middle East. If they're going to pay it to me, anything goes now. That's where we find ourselves as a society. That's where we're at, you know? Kenny says it's hard to throw rocks when your house is made of glass. Glaucoma says, I'm happy Trump won because the Republican will never win after this clown. Get them all out of office. I don't think that a Republican will never win again. I think that is literally just a cycle, guys. I think that, when you have a Republican in office, if that Republican doesn't fulfill all of their promises, A, or B, objectively make the country better by the time that their term is up, then it's just kind of natural for the next cycle to be like, okay, let's get a Democrat. Let's try a Democrat now. Same thing with a Democrat. If they don't fulfill every single promise, and if people's don't feel like the country has objectively gotten better, then it's like, all right, well, Democrat had their chance. Let's go back to Republican. And the cycle just repeats itself. The cycle just repeats itself. I don't think that you're going to see a world where they'll never put a Republican back in office again. Like that's not going to happen. You might have a Republican. I think a Democrat will win next election. I do. But then after that, you'll have a Republican who is a little bit more grounded than Donald Trump. And you'll have a candidate, again, a Republican candidate who's a little bit more grounded, more down to earth, more actually, again, politically correct. The Republicans will jump right back on that bandwagon. It's just how it is. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. But no, I think Dave Chappelle said a lot of important stuff here, and it should not go unnoticed. It should not go unnoticed. I think it's hard to fix a country when everybody is split. Like, these parties need to go. I agree. I agree. I agree. I think that there needs to be more bipartisanship for sure. I don't like the division in the country. I think that you know what? I think parties are okay. I think parties are okay because we're going to have differing opinions on things, right? But I just wish that people would think with more nuance instead of just like blindly supporting. Like, people treat their political parties like their sports teams. Like, they're more emotionally invested than anything. Like, they'll never let anybody say anything bad about their team. They're always going to root for their team through thick, through thin, right? They may have their qualms with them, just like if you're a fan of a football team, just like how we are with the Ravens. That's how people cling to these political parties nowadays. But again, Trump came in and he ruined the whole thing because he made these political parties way more polarizing than they should be. Before, you had Democrats and Republicans who were able to come to one table and come to agreements and actually have good, fruitful conversations, productive conversations. Now, everybody is so either hard left or hard right. Nobody even wants to discuss anything anymore. And that's because of what Trump did. It's crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. As Muddy says, respectfully, I disagree. The system is not working anymore. I see more stress on the rope of unity, each change in regime more than unity. I see civil war more likely than thing chilling after Trump. Let me read this again. The system isn't working anymore. I see more stress on the rope of unity, each change in regime more than unity. Yeah, it is harder, a lot harder for people to unite now. Again, because people, like you said, like, there's more stress on the rope. People are pulling harder than ever before in their, respective directions, right? People on the hard left are pulling super hard. People on the hard right are pulling super hard, That's just kind of where we're at right now. And I do think that there is a world where you can kind of lower the climate of tension by way of good leadership. I do. I haven't lost faith completely in a good leader coming in after Trump, whoever that is, and really kind of restoring that kind of I want to say unity, but I also want to say like peace, and just kind of reminding people that, like, hey, like, bro, look, we're all in this together at the end of the day. Whether you are red, blue, left, right, you know what I'm saying? We're all in this shit together. And I don't know what the candidate will be. I'm not really thinking that far ahead, but I have not lost faith in leadership still being able to right the ship of this country. It's going to take some work. It's going to take some time because there's been some damage that Trump has done. I'm not going to lie. There's been some damage. And to get like political climates and tensions to cool down in America just itself, it is probably going to take a couple of terms. It might not take one term from one person. It might take a couple of terms. So we'll see. We'll see. What I mean is that the system thrives in keeping us divided. There's no incentive for the government to unite. Let me see. No incentive for the government to unite this country because both sides are robbing us. Now, what I will say is this. As somebody who knows how, for example, like content like this works and like the ecosystem of like being a content creator and like in the YouTube space and things like that, what drives engagement and monetary value and things like that is conflict. It's conflict. So in a lot of ways, Asmodeus, you're right here. You know, if the government wants to make more money and profit, which we know that they want to do, it is probably in their best interest to keep people divided. And that's for like the people behind the president, the suits that we don't see. That may be their motive. I could very well see that. You know, and yeah, man, it's tough and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that low key probably is what's going on. But that's why I said like that's why you need the right leader, somebody who has not only the right mindset but like the right heart as well. And that may seem a little bit, like you got to keep emotions out of this, Sutton, but like no, like we need somebody with some heart up there, somebody who's going to be able to sympathize with people, empathize with folks, have a nuanced way of thinking. You know what I mean? Like it's not all just like, oh, if we're hard this way, we're hard that way, and like everyone who's with me, cool. Everybody who's not with me, kick rocks. It's like no. At the end of the day, whether you're left, right, or center, we're all still the United States of America. And if we want to start living up to that name, we're going to need a leader who's got a good heart. As mushy as that might sound to say, is what it is. Now, some people might say power corrupts all, like all leaders. I wouldn't agree, but we're going to need somebody who, just like Trump came in and introduced anarchy and chaos, we need somebody who's going to bring things back down to earth and like, hey, look, we don't have to be like that. That's all I'm saying. Divided States of America is crazy. Lil T can't lead anybody. That's true. That's true. But no, I get what you're saying, Asmodeus. I get what you're saying. I do think that the government and the powers to be, the powers, at hand here, do benefit from having a more divided country. They do. In order to play this game, yeah, a good positive leader is pushed out of the process and never gets a chance. Maybe we need somebody who is going to be not a wolf in sheepskin, but a sheep in wolf skin, perhaps. Does that make sense? You guys know what I'm saying? Like somebody who comes in as like seems super cutthroat. You know what I mean? But when they get in, they actually show that like, hey, look, like I'm here to actually make things better. I'm here to ease tensions. I'm not here to make things worse. Trump only wants to make things worse. Only focuses his ego. The people in the powers to be love Trump because they can play off of his ego very easily and get them to do whatever they want him to do, which probably is divide the country so they can make more money. Need somebody in there who's going to stand up for America. You do. What's going on, Chris? What's going on, Chris? Now, why would you have this during the presser? I'm pissed. I thought about that. I mentioned that as soon as I went live. I was like, damn, I know a lot of people are watching that big old nothing burger. That is the Liar's Luncheon. Tell me what y'all learned from that. I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to watch it probably when I go to the gym. I'll listen to it in the sauna or something. And you guys know how I do. I'm going to pull something from it. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Let me see. Super PACs. What is super PACs? Cue the guy. What's up? What is super PACs? Let's look it up. For Asmodeus, super PACs. What's that definition? Let me see. This says a super PAC, independent expenditure only political committee, is a U.S. political committee that can raise and spend unlimited sums of money from corporations, unions, associations, and individuals to influence federal elections. They cannot donate directly to or coordinate with candidates, but they advocate for or against them through independent advertisements. Interesting. So a political committee that can spend money from corporations to influence federal elections. They can't donate to the candidates necessarily, but they can advocate for the candidates through independent advertisements. Key aspects of super PACs: unlimited funding. Unlike traditional PACs, super PACs have no legal limit on the amount of money they can accept. Independent advocacy. They can pay for TV ads, direct mail, and other communications that expressly advocate for the election or defeat of a candidate. I mean, this sounds a lot just like propaganda, propaganda tactics. Support and attack ads. A super PAC might spend millions on TV commercials praising their preferred candidate or attacking an opponent's voting record. Yeah, it sounds like some nasty, propaganda voting scheme. That's what it sounds like. What up, Ashley? Crazy stuff, though. Crazy stuff. Again, shout out to y'all for joining in this episode of Sutton Reactions. If you missed the Lemon Olympics challenge, it's all good. All good. We had a good one. Your boy didn't win today. Glaucoma won. Shout out to Glaucoma. But of course, we will be back tomorrow with that. Let me see. What else did I have here for you guys that I wanted to mention? Let's get into this here. Let's see. So apparently a teenager who got his teacher pregnant when he was 13 claims he was the one who instigated their relationship and is calling for her charges to be dropped. Sounds gross.
Your Honor, good morning. May it please the court, John Tumulty for Laura Karen.
And we have the matter off for both first appearance and detention hearing. Mr. Tumulty, are you able to address first appearance?
Judge, we can mark first appearance waived. I had a chance to talk to Laura a number of times before today. She understands the charges, understands her rights.
All right, the court marks first appearance as complete, having been waived by counsel. With regard to the detention hearing, the state director proceed.
Yes, Judge, thank you.
And Mr. Tumulty, has the state been left as proof on probable cause?
Your Honor, just for purposes of this hearing, we'll stipulate the probable cause.
All right, so limited to today's hearing only, there's a stipulation of probable cause. Let the record reflect that the court did receive and review in advance of today's hearing the complaint warrant package, including the affidavit of probable cause, which I marked as S1, as well as a PSA that was run on January 18th at 8:52 a.m. that I have marked as S2. Ms. Paley will hear from the state with regard to its motion for detention, understanding even though there's a stipulation of probable cause.
So did she get...
Thank you, Judge. It's the state's position that there's no amount of monetary bail, non-monetary conditions, or a combination of the two that would reasonably assure the defendant's appearance in court when required, the protection of the safety of any other person or the community.
Wait, what happened, though? What happened with this? What happened with this? Now I need to know. What happened in this case, man? What happened in this case? Because I agree with what a lot of you guys are saying here in the chat. Her ass need to be locked up. If the caption says most of it, teenager who got his teacher pregnant when he was 13 years old. 13. A lot of people consider 13 still a preteen. Claims he was the one who instigated their relationship and is calling for her charges to be dropped. That's bullshit. Because a 13-year-old, a preteen, cannot instigate a grown woman into getting her pregnant without this grown woman wanting that to happen. Let me see. This post is about the ongoing criminal case against Laura Karen, a former 5th grade teacher at Middle Township Elementary School. Number 2, in New Jersey, she is accused of having a sexual relationship with one of her male students that began when he was as young as 11 in 2016. As young as 11 years old. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Throw her ass under the jail. And continued for several years, resulting in her getting pregnant by him when he was 13. She gave birth in 2019, so she had his baby. Let me see. Karan, who was in her late 20s at the start of this, is charged with first-degree aggravated sexual assault, absolutely, second-degree sexual assault, and endangering the welfare of a child, absolutely. Authorities say the relationship lasted about 4 years. The boy's family had become friendly with her, and the children, including the victim and his siblings, sometimes stayed at her home. So nah. So the whole this is it's a downright sickness going on here. The father reportedly became suspicious after noticing physical similarities between the baby and his son on Karan's social media. This is crazy, y'all. The now 19-year-old's account, he was 13 when she got pregnant. In a February 2025 interview with Daily Mail, he publicly defended Karan, who's now 34. He insisted he initiated everything, that she never started it. Come on, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? She was in her late 20s. She was in her late 20s. And let an 11-year-old convince her to get folded up. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? She never started it, in that he was not groomed, raped, or manipulated. He called for all charges to be dropped, said he loves her with all his heart. Everybody's sick. And expressed hope that they could one day be a family. He noted it had been 6-7 years since it started. Wow. In New Jersey, the age of legal consent is 16, and it's illegal for teachers or anyone in a position of authority to have sex with minors, regardless of who instigated it. A minor cannot legally consent in this situation. Damn right. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? Yeah, nah, man. Let me see what y'all saying here in the chat. Let me see what y'all say in the chat, man, because this is crazy. This is crazy. Karan, like Karen. Oh, I didn't realize that's how you pronounce that. Yeah, pack her ass up. Get her up out of there. Get her up out of there. Started when he was 11 years old. As Modi says, but she's a white woman. The court system will jump through hoops to serve her. Or do you mean like save her? I mean, it don't look like it. I mean, even the fact that, because here's the thing. You cannot, like, I don't care what this little boy, obviously this freaked out little boy who is now, is saying that he started the whole thing. 11 years old is like before you even really hit puberty. You don't even hit puberty at 11. I think you hit it around like what, 13, right? Something like that. So you can't tell me that this 11-year-old boy, whose main focus was probably, unless something else was going on with this 11-year-old boy before that, where he was traumatized and maybe, I don't know, auntie was hitting on him or something like that at a super young age, all that disgusting shit, right? And that kind of like warped his brain into thinking like this sort of behavior was okay. And that's how he, got into it with this teacher here. Either way, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And if the court system were to jump through hoops to save her based off of the account of, an 11-year-old boy who said he started it all, he started it. Listen, man. I would have zero faith in the justice system. I already have very little faith. I already have very, very little faith. But if that were to happen, like, nah, hell nah. Hell nah. Cases like this are crazy, though. Let me read the comments. 13-year-olds can't consent. Women predators too, posting a borderline CP picture of a 13-year-old boy to push their racist narrative that black boys are more mature and need less protecting, while also suggesting he could consented because he's more mature or older in some way. I know what you are. That is another point here too. Because why, in the case of this woman who was having sexual relations with an 11-year-old, why did we put up the picture of this boy with his shirt off and a six-pack at the beach or whatever? Because that does give off the kind of notion that, you know, this dude is grown. He can consent to this sort of thing. When in actuality, when this all started happening, his balls hadn't even dropped yet. And yet she still got convinced by a kid who hadn't even hit puberty yet that she should let him have sex with her and get her pregnant. It's a sickness. It's a sickness, and she needs to be locked up. Key needs to be thrown away for a very long time. For a very long time. That's where I'm at with it. That is where I'm at with it. At 11, I was playing with my DS. This is insane. Exactly. I was playing with the DS. All those games we were talking about earlier in the show. That's what I was doing at this age. Not trying to fuck my language arts teacher. And what? Because 11 years old is like what? Like, how old is what grade is that? What grade is 11 years old? Was that like 8th grade? 7th grade? Something like that? Chris says, what was the pickup line that did it for her? We should fuck. She's very, very much gutter. Yes. That's what I'm saying. Like, what was the thing? 6th grade? Okay, got you. Okay, got you. That makes sense. 6th grade. 6th grade. Like, what could a 6th grader tell you that makes you think, you know what? He might be on to something. Like, what are we talking about? It's not funny. It's not funny. But like, again, like, it's just, you have to be sick. You do. So again, lock her up, throw the key away. I could care less. No, she need to go away. She needs to go away. Let me see. We looked at this. Listen to this, guys.
Costs about $25 an hour. A parking space in downtown Los Angeles costs about $25 an hour, meaning that a real person with thoughts and feelings who's capable of suffering, working a minimum wage job, makes less than a fucking parking space.
Okay. So this woman here is talking about how the economy is so bad that people who don't make $25 an hour in LA, which is a lot of people, I'm sure, don't make $25 an hour or more, they literally make less than a parking space. Now, on the surface, when you hear somebody say something like this, and I'll let her say it one more time.
A parking space in downtown Los Angeles costs about $25 an hour, meaning that a real person with thoughts and feelings who's capable of suffering, working a minimum wage job, makes less than a fucking parking space.
Which is true. But you have to consider that it's not just a parking space. It's not just a parking space. It's a business who owns the land in a relevant enough part of town to where there's enough traffic and it's going to be so busy that, hey, look, if you want to park on my land to be close to wherever your destination is, yeah, you got to pay $25 an hour. That's a business. That's a business. I don't think that's the slam dunk that she thinks it is. Don't get me wrong. Economy is fucked and quickly getting worse. But I don't think that this was quite the slam dunk that she thought that this was. You know what I mean? I would love to know what you guys think about this. I mean, it is crazy to think. I actually know a girl who looks just like this. It's crazy. It's kind of scary. But it is it's an interesting, kind of a statement that she's making here, that one parking spot, I mean, again, $25 an hour for a parking spot is crazy. Now, downtown LA, again, I know that's a super poppin' area. People around that area probably make a lot of money, things like that. Although there's also a lot of homeless, I hear. Homeless problems very bad out there. But yeah, I mean, they're gonna tax. Just like you go to like a parking garage or you do valet parking, like it's gonna cost a little bit of money. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Parking meter on the street or a private lot, public/private parking garage. I'm thinking I'm thinking, well, I don't know. She doesn't specify. She doesn't specify. She doesn't specify. But at the end of the day, cars take up space. And in densely populated cities like LA, you are literally fighting for real estate on the streets. So it's like, yeah, you kind of have to pay for that. That's kind of part of the business, and kind of keep making sure that the infrastructure is free and not being just mindlessly taken up by anybody. Like, yeah, you have to pay if you want to keep your vehicle here, outside of this business or in this part of town. So I get what she's saying, but I think she kind of missed the mark just a little bit, But damn, yo, I mean, I don't know. For me, this kind of gets into the whole socialist argument. Like, should we move from a capitalistic society to a socialist society where people's basic needs are taken care of? So we're not really talking about whether or not people make $25 an hour and juxtaposing that to how much a parking space costs per hour. If people just had simple things taken care of, like, health insurance, just is a given. Housing is a given. Public education, and I mean higher education, is just a given. Something that, your government grants you as a basic human need. We wouldn't be having a lot of these conversations. Now, I know that being a socialist society comes with its own set of problems and things like that we don't currently face now. But I think that pound for pound, I think it is the better way to go. Things would be a lot more expensive, don't get me wrong. And that would take a hell of an adjustment period. But I would take, paying more money for goods and services if it meant that everybody, or at least most people in the country, were taken care of, at least with their basic needs. I wouldn't mind that. That's just me personally. But yeah. Just wanted to touch on that really quickly. And I think that's about it today, guys. A little bit of a short episode. I know I do have to get out of here a little bit early today. Got kind of a busy schedule, but I will be live tonight, guys. I will be live tonight for QSS Quiet Storm Sports, and we will be reviewing. We will be reviewing this Ravens Liars Lunch. I'm going to go listen to it right now. And I'm going to do a member call-in episode later tonight. So if you are a member of the PRP YouTube channel, you want to call in and talk to me about what you thought about the Liars Luncheon, what you think about the pre-draft strategy, if you want to give me some recommendations for some guys that we can maybe look at for draft, if you have anything you want to get off your chest, if you want to debate with me about Zay Flowers, you can do that too, right? But just make sure you are a member on PRP, and we're going to do that later on today. Shout out to you guys again. It's been a great episode. We will be back tomorrow with another episode of Sutton Reactions. But until then, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.